A brand that has caught our attention lately is Pascal. They're all over our social medias and now they're actually in my hands to check them out. I'm really happy for this opportunity and thanks to Pascal for letting us borrow this watch. And we're gonna check out this brand that is California based and a lot about diamond because their vision is to craft diamonds for the shiniest moments. Kind of cliche slogan, but I will get into why I like it later. On my wrist today I have my Orient Bambino because I'm actually gonna compare this watch to the size of the watch inside the box. If you haven't seen my full review of this watch, make sure to check out, I put the link on top here in the video. But let's get back to the watches from Pascal. It's wrapped up quite well here in first this paper, but then we have much more stuff inside. We got this little envelope that is full of stuff and I'll get into and show you just in a couple of seconds. Then we also have the box that is kind of put around the cushion, and inside here we have the watch that we are going to check out. But before that we're opening this envelope because this sounds fun and looks like there could be something interesting inside. And there's actually three different things here. The first letter that I have in my hand here shows something quite nice, I think. It makes it feel quite luxurious when you get this watch. And this is a letter to you as now a Pascal community member. And this is a thank you note from the team behind Pascal. Quite a nice little feature. Then we have two other things. The first thing is their commitment, because they talk a lot about lab-grown diamonds, and we're gonna get into that later. You also have 60 days return and also 2 years of warranty. But this is my favorite part about this, the Pascal care, because I like these things when they're quite straightforward. And it can't be more straightforward than this. The do's and the don't. How to store it, clean it, wear it, and also how to not store it and not wear it, and no bathing, of course. Because this is a dress watch that we're gonna check out. And let's get closer to the actual watch in itself. It comes in this quite neat little green box. I think this color is also the color of luxury goods, I think, which is quite nice and matching this diamond oval watch. Opening the box, we see the branding of Pascal again, and we see the golden case with a green strap. But before that we have more manuals. We have another manual how to set the watch here, and also the certificate showing you the date of purchase of the watch. But let's get to actually see the watch. It's really packed in well. I like this kind of plastic that is not just on the glass, it also covers the full case, which protects it better in shipping, I think. Also some plastic there, but here is the watch. The name of this beautiful piece is Oval Orbit Diamond Watch, and it comes in the measures of 27.5 millimeters times 34 millimeters. Measuring these kind of shaped watches is always hard because you don't have a reference point really of how large that is. You will see it later on my wrist, but I will also compare it, as I said, to this Orient, that maybe it's a little bit easier to guess how it feels. But I want to get close to the dial, because that's where a lot of stuff is happening. The dial has a beautiful texture. The backside have this exclusive look with not too much information, just a slightly polished on the side and brushed in the middle, and with some small text and a logo. There's also this little stone there on the crown, which is quite a nice feature. But the dial, as I said, is what's mostly nice. And you can really see the texture, and this is what catches my attention and what I like most about it. The diamonds, they're cool. I'm learning a lot about diamonds lately, and I think it's really cool with lab-grown diamonds. I think there we have something really important for the environment. But here we also have the crown, as I said before. It has this kind of Cartier-looking sapphire stone that is there to help you set the time of the watch. The strap also has this really convenient quick release system on the straps, which makes it easy to change this to some other color. If you don't like the green, maybe I think this watch could be put on a brown or a black leather strap. But in my preference, I think this green makes it extra special because it's not so common with green straps, I don't think. And I think that's weird because a green strap is awesome. Because a green dial is popular, why shouldn't the green strap be really popular as well? I think that makes perfect sense. But let's get on to the most important part, where I have this watch on my wrist. My wrist is 16.5 centimeters, and I think this watch fit me quite perfectly, I have to say. 16.5 centimeters is obviously perfect for 27.5 times 34 millimeters. It really gives me a dressy and kind of vintage feel look to it. And I do think that even as a guy, I think definitely you can wear these diamonds. If you would have asked me like a couple of years ago, I would have definitely said no, but now I've worn this with pride, and I think it's awesome to have diamonds on the dial because they give the watch another dimension, I have to say. Looking really close at this dial is what have caught my attention, and that's what I've been doing a lot while recording this video. I think the texture of this dial and also these kind of shapes makes it really interesting, and now you will see this in the end of the video when I have this watch outside, that this really sparks when you have it on the wrist, even the dial, not just the diamonds. The watch doesn't have a second hand, which you see here, but it has a minute hand, and you can see it if you look closely that it will give you a little bit of a tick, and you will see it maybe there. You saw it. And there where you see that it's a quartz movement, this is something you will never see if you don't look at this watch for over a minute this close. And the backside, there's no bullshit. I talked about this before, it's super straightforward, it shows that it's stainless steel, water resistant, and also the logo of the brand. And then also you have these polished sides and the brushed parts in the middle. And I really do think that these kind of classic looking and kind of dressy watches really doesn't need a second hand, because to be frank, like, when are you gonna use it? And it gives a little bit more of a calmer vibe to the watch and not as stressful as it might feel when you see the second hand ticking or sweeping. It's also quite clear that this is a unisex watch. When you look at the pictures from Pascal's website, you can really see that this is both communicated to men and women, which I think is awesome. This is definitely something I would have been wanting to share with my girlfriend if I had this watch. And as you have realized at this moment, I truly like the dial of this watch. I think it's nice to wear. I've worn it to some shirts during the last week, and it's gotten a lot of comments. And also some people, they are like divided about the fact that it's diamonds. I think it's cool, and I really promote these lab-grown diamonds because I think it's important for this environmental cause that you don't actually need these kind of sketchy mines that are digging for these diamonds. So I think it's awesome that these lab-grown diamonds is a thing and that they are shining as much as normal diamonds in real life. I'll give you another wrist roll on my 16.5 centimeter wrist before we go into the final part where we're gonna compare this watch to the size of this 38.4 millimeter Orient Bambino, because here we have the watches beside each other. The lug to lug measure is almost exactly the same, so you can really understand that these two watches that has completely different measures kind of wears the same, I would have to say. Yeah, the Pascal is thinner, which makes it more dressy, but it has the same length feel to it. With that said, the last shots of this video is how this watch shines outside in the daylight. Thanks again for watching, make sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments, have you tried this brand and what do you think about these kind of diamond watches?